Hello and welcome to the 12th episode of the OBearry podcast, together with me, OBearry, and my guest, Elloa. Hello, Elloa.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Welcome to this episode. I'm really excited to have you on the show, Elloa. It is great. I know you have a lot of focus on positivity and also awareness and mindfulness and things like that. We're going to talk more about it. And also, you're also going to TwitchCon Berlin. So that's exciting.
Yes, with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, also.
And so we're going to talk about, we're not going to talk too much about TwitchCon, but we're going to focus mostly on how to bring positivity to Twitch, how to use your platform if you're a streamer or a viewer, how you can bring positivity to this platform and kind of share our experiences. I'm really happy to have you. You are a more experienced streamer than I am. So I really value what you have to say on the topic, you know?
Oh, thank you so much.
And I think that's about the intro. So the first thing is like, who are you? Where are you from? Where do you live? What do you do? Who is Elloa?
Okay. I'm from Belgium, so I'm a French speaker that decided to focus entirely on being on the international side of the gaming community because I think it's more fun and interesting to be able to connect with the whole world rather than just the French-speaking community, which is more reduced. So that's the first thing. That's why you have this slight accent. Hopefully you can understand me properly. So I have been streaming since it's 6 years I've been streaming, which seems a super long amount of time. And oh my God, she's so experienced. But no, actually, I've been streaming like a noob for a very, very, very long time with ups and downs and cut and stuff like that. So even so, it's almost a decade I'm streaming. It's only 2 years that I have been seriously into it. So,
All right.
Yeah. But it still brings some experience.
What do you mean 4 years like a noob? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Because I was a little bit stubborn and I decided I was going to stream my way, which was in a very simple and soft way. And I didn't want to enter into a lot of the usual things that streamer goes. Like, for example, have alerts. I think, no, this is noisy. I don't want this on my screen. I just want me in the game. I want it to be very plain, very soft, very calm.
Yeah.
And so there's plenty of little things that streamer are doing, and they're doing it for a reason. And to not do it, to be stubborn like I have been, it's stupid. It's stubbornness, and stubbornness never leads you anywhere. The other reason is that I was also very, how can I say, inconsistent, because I had technical issue, because I was putting priority on other aspect of my community gaming life. So I didn't have a schedule. I didn't have a consistency. Sometimes I was off for a long time. Then I decided I was going to make a channel instead of having my own channel, or I was starting to stream on YouTube instead of Twitch. I made a lot of change, a lot of things, but I think it's nice from an experience point of view because it's really show me a little bit what works, what doesn't work. And consistency is something very important if you want to be successful at streaming. Very, very important. Anything that interacts with the chat, like alerts, even if it's noisy and make noise, it's important too. I also had a very, very hard time to allow a donation, which was, I really had a problem for a very long time with it. It took me self-work.
What was that?
to allow donation.
Allow donations.
Yes, right. I was really like, no, I cannot do that. I would be like a beggar if I do that. No, but it's kind of needed too if you want to develop your stream, even if you don't want to do it professionally, like a full-time streamer is doing, but to have a new webcam and stuff like that, unless you're have already a super huge salary or whatever. But to finally accept to have donation from people allowed me to progress more into the material aspect of streaming.
Maybe that went hand in hand with your own self perspective on yourself and who you are as a streamer, because you didn't see yourself as really, it wasn't really your work. You didn't consider it as your work. So taking donations was maybe a foreign concept, like a weird thing. But then when you actually invested more, you started to feel like, well, this is like I actually can take donations. Or
I think it's a question of self-worth and seeing as what you're doing is valuable or not, more than is it my work or not my work. I think it's a lot of artists will have that. I have a very good example of someone in the chat. I'm not saying her name, but she also had a problem with selling her art, while what she's doing is awesome, is magnificent, and she deserves to be paid for it. But it is this a mental process to be able to accept it, to see the value of what you're doing, and to say, okay, what I'm doing bring something to other. I'm providing a service, I'm providing some work, and so I deserve to be retributed for that. But this is not something that it might be easy for some people and very, very hard for some other. It just depends on your state of mind.
Those years where you say you were streaming like a noob, but those years are really a good time to experiment and try and learn and just, maybe, and also maybe you didn't want to have a serious relationship to your streaming. You wanted to have a more laid back. So, but that and I guess one point I want to make is it takes time to discover and learn who you are as a streamer, and it changes over the time. So did it stay the same for 4 years and then it changes, or was it like changing all the time?
Oh, it was a slow progression and evolution. Then again, you have people that are super fast. They start streaming in August 2018 and they're a full-time streamer at the end of the year and super successful because I don't know how they do exactly, but they put the mindset, they do the right thing, they are into it, they want to do it, or maybe it's chance or whatever, but it just click. And for some other people, it's a more slow process. I'm also not doing a thing, I'm more in a niche area than something super, what can I say, not commercial, but that's not what I mean exactly. But my way of streaming and sharing my content is maybe more targeted to a certain type of person rather than what's the most popular things to do.
What is your niche? Can you explain?
I'm very calm. That's one thing. And this is not something that will please anyone. I don't know if I'm fun or not, but I'm not putting emphasis on humor. It's more about having something very chill and relaxed and trying to be transferring good vibes to the people that are watching, to really focus on having something relatively positive and uplifting. And I also don't play the most popular games. I'm mostly doing MMORPG. But then again, I'm not a pro player, so I will not show the most competitive content. I will not share a lot of guidance about how to play the game and all that kind of things. It will be more about sharing an experience, using the video game as a tool or as a platform to explore things, and more to provide an atmosphere. Than to provide real content that will help people to be better at the game or having more information about the game. To have been through that as well, when I was focusing on Elder Scrolls Online, I was really trying to be very knowledgeable about the game, and I was creating a lot of guides on YouTube and that kind of thing. So when I was streaming Elder Scrolls Online, I was more into this educational way, but I moved away from that.
You realized that wasn't the kind of niche that you wanted to put yourself in. That wasn't where you felt comfortable with, or like felt more joy. You didn't feel connected to that in the same way.
Over time, I felt it was meaningless. I don't want to say that because it looks like I'm criticizing people that are doing it. No, I think it's very useful, but I didn't really want it to focus just on one single game. and I didn't really wanted to. There was two reasons. One of the reasons is that it's very draining. You really need to keep yourself up to date all the time related to the game. So you need to know everything. If you lose a little bit the passion of the game itself, you can be burned out by the game a lot faster than you would if you were just simply playing it, because you need to make research, you need to know, you need to check the forum, you need to read all the news, you need to do all the things. And there was that aspect. I was really drained by trying to keep myself up to date related to the game itself. And then there was the other aspect when I find that I wanted to provide something more than just video information and news. Even if it's relatively useful, I wanted to do something beyond that.
So then you started to go into like creating the stream that you have today, which is focusing more on creating an atmosphere, like a place for people to, like a peaceful place on the internet for people to come and relax more. And is that kind of what the focus is?
It's more like that. I know that a lot of people are watching my stream when they are working because it's not too, I guess, noisy. When I was streaming the evening, they were sometimes using it for falling asleep and stuff like that. So this could feel insulting for some streamer. Oh my god, they are falling asleep on me. But I find it quite a compliment when people are using you for falling asleep. It's great. I don't know, something about trust and such. I think it's beautiful, actually.
Yeah. I mean, there must be something about it that makes them feel relaxed and feel comfortable that you provide, which they appreciate, and that's why they're there. Okay, so that's a little bit about you and your stream and your niche. What are you playing right now? Like, what are the games you're playing right now?
I play several MMORPG. I play World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, Final Fantasy 14, bit of Guild Wars 2. Sometimes some other things like Destiny 2, Overwatch, or Apex Legend, but a lot less. So mostly it's MMORPG, but I also take a lot of time to do just chatting stream. This is something relatively new to my channel. I really start the day with 2 or sometimes 3 of just chatting with people. And I want to do that for 2 reasons. One reason is like I'm a little bit tired of video games because I've never played so much video game all my life. I would never thought that I would start to train, to be a bit like, okay, I've enough played now. So that's one reason. And the other reason is that it's easier to connect with the people when you're just chatting because you can just focus on them.
Yes.
It has good and downside. The good side is that you can really focus on people and chat with them. The other thing is it's harder sometimes to find subject of conversation because you're not using a video game to have the focus of your conversation upon. It's a lot easier to play a video game and speak about the video game, what you're doing or what this video game is making you think, than to be just here with my Sky and start to speak to people 5 days a week and try to not be redundant and repetitive.
For those of you who are just maybe listening to this conversation, Eloa is sitting she has a webcam, but then in the background she has a green screens, and then behind her she has it says like a sunset or like maybe a sunrise.
It's a sunrise.
It's a sunrise. Of course.
I wanted the sunrise because for 2 reasons. I put a lot of importance to the symbolism of the colors in my channel and what there is, because I think it works on the subconscious. So the colors are chosen to have very uplifting vibes. So it's down, like a day starting. My stream also starts early in the morning, so it's just fitting. And yellow, it's joy. Pink, it's love. Purple, it's more spirituality. So you really have that, feeling of sun rising
Yeah, that's cool.
mood uplifting. So that's why. Before it was blue and more, a little bit more like you, like aqua or water themed
Yeah.
vibes, because that was relaxing and calm and peaceful, and that's what those color are doing subconsciously. It's color that inspire calm and relaxation, but I wanted something a bit more inspiring. So
Something,
yeah,
yeah, like a sunrise is very inspiring.
yeah.
That's so cool that you had so many thoughts about the background. I just found a background that worked and it was for free, and I got it. I
It's kind of
liked it.
nice.
I liked it, and I also liked the color blue. It had my background has a lot of blue. It has some red, like dot, big blobs out of focus, moving around a little bit. It's, but it's funny. Yeah,
I
that's
think your
cool.
background is nice. It's really cool. It has nice color too.
Thank you, thank you. I will keep it for a while. So okay, so let's get into the main topic. Like, how do you use Twitch to spread positivity? We can talk about our own experiences as streamers and what we do. Like, what do you do, ElloaWendy, as a streamer to spread positivity, and what I do, and then we can. It would be interesting, maybe also to talk about how our viewers spread positivity on Twitch, or our perspective on the viewer's role in our streams and how they affect what we are doing as well, maybe. So do you have is that one of your goals with your stream, to use it to provide this service, and how do you do that? So
yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do. I've always been very much, since I started to play video games, interested into the community aspect of it, etc. And more I've been through my experience with guild, with communities, with what I do on Twitch, on YouTube, etc., or social media or forums. I have seen more and more the importance of positivity and being kind. First, I think I just try to be a kind, nice person, and this is something I maybe naturally. And so I started with just that, want to be kind and welcoming and friendly, and that's it. That's the first layer. Then I went through some hardship in my life, and like everyone, and I realized the importance of keeping positive thoughts and positive thinking, because when you are into positive mindset, you are more capable of finding solution, or being able to face difficulties in your life, to overcome challenges, to be inspired, to spread good things around you. So positive thinking is extremely useful without entering into spiritual mystical stuff. Basically, when you are in a positive mindset, you will attract or notice more everything else that is positive, and it's make your life better. So, and in the other side, if you stay in a negative pattern, if you're sad or guilty or ashamed or angry or frustrated or whatever, it's also what's going to happen. You will notice more everything which is negative, and you will take a conclusion on stuff, and you will take personally certain things. You will be more easily offended, you will be more depressed, you will find less easily solution to your challenges, etc. You will lack courage, or you will start to react with fear instead of react with hope, and therefore your life will become less and less good. So I think, as a person which has a relative influence on other, because you're streaming and people see you, I really wanted to be able to uplift the mood of other, to be able to refocus their attention on what's good rather on what's bad. So maybe it can help them a little bit in their everyday life.
That is so interesting to listen to, and you talk about how it like actually changing your thoughts have impact on how you're feeling and the outcomes in your life as well. So what exactly do you do when you're streaming? How, like, is it something you do? Is it something you say? It's something you have implemented in your streams overlay? Is it a command people can use? Like what is it? Or
It's
what are
a
they?
little bit of everything. First of all, I work on my mood. That's the most important thing. If I am not in the best mood, it will be a lot harder. Like for instance, those last months I've been through certain things that has pulled me down, and it has been a lot harder to stream and to provide the content I wanted. So I take some time off, I make sure to stream, etc., because I know that I will not have the energy and the mood to provide the service I want to provide. Everything comes first from my own moods. So I need to feel good. And if I feel good, then I will be able to transfer automatically without doing anything else. It will pass through and influence people. So that's the first things to do, is to really be sure that I'm in good mood, that I have some energy, that I have hope, that I'm in a good mindset. And to arrive to that, you can either wake up like this, and that's great, or make meditation and stuff like this to be sure to be good. The second thing is that I really focus my content on enjoying things. So I will not try to do game that get me annoyed, or if I am annoyed with some game, because it happens sometimes. I try to make fun of it and to say, oh, people, I'm becoming frustrated. Let's have fun with the fact that I'm frustrated. And then it goes nicely. I also never focus my content on criticizing video games and stuff like that, because I think there's enough of that on internet. So I really try to share the enjoyment of what I'm doing. I also sometimes discuss about more deep topic. Like this morning, we discussed about the 4 agreements of the Toltec, which is something philosophical, which is nice. And we can have some discussion like this. That kind of stuff. And yes, like I say earlier, the colors and the theme of the stream has been thought to be uplifting rather than, I don't know, like having just a simple design because it's pretty or because whatever.
Since you're focusing so much on your mood, your personal well-being, like how your inner state, has that improved? Are you a calmer person, happier person now, if you look back compared to previous in your life?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How has it impacted your life?
I'm not sure if it's the stream that does that exactly. I think that's more outside of it. So I'm educating myself and working on myself outside of the stream, and then I provide it into the stream. But yes, I have evolved a lot, I think, on a personal level, and I have a lot of evolution to do left. There's still a lot of work to be done.
I mean, there's no, yeah, that makes life interesting, and you have new things to discover and learn, and growing. That's part of the adventure.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Of course it is. Okay, mood, and I can say, like, I agree with a lot that you say when it comes to my stream and my thoughts on spreading positivity, because spreading, that's what I call it. And I think I maybe focus more on, maybe like talking about that. Like I say, my goal is to spread positivity. And a lot of it comes from what makes me happy. What do I want to do on my stream that is meaningful and makes me happy? Because if I do those things, it's just like what you said. I believe that I will spread that positive energy to the people who are watching. so I did a lot of work outside the stream, before the stream, to figure out, who am I? What do I want to do? What is important to me? What are my values? And I did a lot of work to try to figure out those things. And it really helped me now as a streamer, because now I know more what to focus on, my strengths, what to focus on. So when I play music, and I improvise a lot with that, and I try new things. I test new things on the stream together with my viewers, and I focus on like things that will make me happy, but that also makes the viewers happy. And it's kind of funny how that works, because you're supposed to focus on the customer, right? Some people, sometimes we hear that we should just, what does the market want? Like, deliver that. But what do you want to give? What if you just focus on that? And it's a really interesting, like, difference.
I think it's a nice balance between you find yourself, like you explain, you know who you are, and so you have a strong personality, sort of, and your stream will really be unique because it represents you and what you are, and then you will attract a certain type of person, and then you can develop from there. Because by just being you, you will have the right person coming to you, and the person that, I don't know, wants something very competitive or something toxic, they will fall off because they will not find you funny enough or good enough at the game or whatever, and they will just move away, and that's fine. But the people that like what you're doing will stay, and then from that you can build up something better to grow, evolve together, and grow your community.
Yes.
And maybe at some point you will change, and your style will change, and will evolve, and some people will like it, some people will not like it, and that's okay also.
I had a viewer today who said, "OBearry, you changed so much. You never talked about..." I was talking about love and how... I can't say it, but I have to say it now. How babies are made, but it wasn't at all like very. It wasn't. I was like joking most. And it was like funny. I was like telling people, this is the way babies are being made in Sweden. It was just a crazy story about it.
Okay.
But we were also talking about relationships and partners, and how to find partner, what you're looking for, like different stuff like that. And one of viewers, who said, I know, like, you changed so much. Stop talking like that. So he told me to stop. But like my stream has changed very much. Yeah, in the time that I've been streaming. I streamed for a year and a couple of months. Like, I started last year in the beginning of the year, and I just played PUBG. And I just, like, for months, and then I played Fortnite for months. And it's it's interesting that, but and I will keep changing, but it's nice because the people that stay, I think they are there for the personality more, so they will stay and join you on the journey. If you stay true to yourself, and if you do changes that are true to who you are. And sometimes it's okay to experiment like outside of what you normally do, as long as you communicate with the viewers.
If you never try new things, if you never evolve, you know, there's a saying that say what doesn't grow
dies.
How can I say? Yeah. So you cannot do that. You need to continue to evolve and expand and change and have other idea, or you will just extinguish yourself.
I will tell my viewer that one that told me to stop.
Yeah, well, that might not be the taste to that one person, and maybe for that one person it's time to move to someone else, but that's okay.
I don't know. Maybe he was joking also. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, maybe it was like, stop my innocent ears. I don't want to know that.
Exactly. So you said you mentioned before that you saw a need for positive streamers. You saw like, or you saw at least you saw that there was enough of negativity in the
On
gaming
internet.
community. Ah, in the
Yes.
gaming community. Uh,
Yeah, it's not just Twitch. It's not mostly Twitch. It's in general. Have you feel that on Twitter, on forums, how people are nasty with the developer, how they are criticizing everything all the time, and there is a feeling of miscontentment among the community. I don't know from where it come from exactly. Maybe it's because, I don't know, people are drained in real life and they start to transfer that in the gaming community, or maybe there's some abuse. And I'm not saying that everything is good and perfect in the games or in the gaming industry. There is plenty of abuse, obviously, but to continue to delve too much into negativity, it doesn't make you happy. Are you
mm,
happy when you're reading a forum that say, oh, this game is suck because there's so much bugs, and the developers are charging so much, and now we will need to pay even more for the expansion, and blah blah blah, and they rip us off. And do you feel more happy, more safe, more confident, more cared for, more loved, more blessed when you read this kind of post? No, you feel like, oh no, I'm living in a hostile world. The world suck, my life suck, everything suck. So you need people to cut off that. So there's enough of that kind of content for people that really need it to, I don't know, vent their frustration. But you need to compensate with people that are like overly positive, maybe a bit too much. It doesn't matter. It's a compensation for everything that's too toxic.
that's so. Was that a reason that you wanted to focus on like the positive things? Like, did you see all the negativity and felt like I have to do something about it?
No, I think it was mostly for more personal reason, like I say earlier, that
Mm.
you create your reality with your own thoughts. It's nice to have positive thoughts, and it's more based on that.
Right, your own
But
personal experience. You went through
mhm,
like the hard, like rough times, and then you felt like you needed a change in your life for yourself.
yes, and then to help people to do that, because people that are in the gaming community and that hanging out a lot on Twitch, and among all those people, we find a lot of people that are a little bit lost, that are in depression, that are having issue in their life, or that have feeling hopeless, or that have social anxiety, or all that kind of things that you find very much into the gaming community, because gaming is a escapism, it's a windows to a community that doesn't require physical contact, or stuff like that. So it is a theme that you find very recurrent here, maybe more than somewhere else in the real world. And so it feels very much that you need to have people that take care of all those people, that bring something comforting, that bring back a little bit of hope, that are there just to say it's okay, it's going to be all right. See, something like that, like little light in the darkness.
Yeah. I meet people on my stream that are in bad places in their lives. They go through personal things that are very hard. It could be family related conflicts in the family. It can be relationship problems. It can be, just feeling alone or depressed or
Mhm.
exhausted. And and so what the interesting thing is, like when you have a stream like I do, where my goal is to spread positivity and my goal is to make friends, that I will actually like connect with these people, and
Mhm.
they are in my stream because they feel something positive from it. They're attracted to it for some reason. And and when I if I when I get in touch with these people, it feels so good to, it makes me happy to spread, like, have this goal of positivity. And when I notice that people are appreciating what I do, and it actually matters, this stream like matters, because the relationships that I have with individuals and that people have in my community to each other, they matter to and that has been like something that has really reinforced my like belief in a positive stream and how important it is. And I feel so grateful just to be just I don't yeah I feel grateful that I can do it in one way.
Yeah. That's exactly what it becomes. It becomes something meaningful because you're providing something that is beyond just sharing your gameplay of video games.
Right. Because if it was just about the gameplay, then I would have to be very skilled or very knowledgeable, you know, like, and that's not me. So, and it's like, that's not what I want to do, or maybe I could do it, but I don't know. It would probably be
I could
weird.
not. I'm too clumsy. I'm not good enough at the game I play.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
No, if your stream is not focused on how good I am, then it doesn't matter if you're bad.
Exactly. When do you feel successful as a streamer?
Oh, that's a big question. I think it's more related again to your mindset or not. Do you feel successful or do you not feel successful? It's not really related to your stream. It's more related to, do you feel like you have done a good job? Are you satisfied with yourself? And this might not always, I mean, it's very hard to perceive yourself, your own value. So you can have it through what people are giving you as feedback, or you can check your numbers, say, oh, if I have that many viewers, that means I'm successful. Or if you have a lot of people that say, oh, your stream is great, then you can feel that you're successful. But I think the most important things is related to yourself. Within yourself, do you feel successful or not? That's again, a question. Because if you don't feel yourself successful, you can have 1,000 viewers at once, and you can have people that say, oh, you're so wonderful, you're wonderful. You will still have self-doubt, and it will still cripple you. And it doesn't matter how much praise you got outside. As long as you're not feeling it within yourself, you will never feel successful. So success is really a matter how you feel with yourself, if you feel content with what you're creating or
I totally agree. It's success is a feeling on the inside, not a result on the outside. You can have any result. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you have a great stream. Oh, you had high numbers. And sometimes you can have lower numbers, and it's not always clear why. But if you're there for the right reason, like when I'm streaming and I feel good about myself, I feel good about what I do, then it's success. Like I want to be here and like have fun and make friends and like sing this crazy song on the guitar or whatever. It makes me happy. It feels like success. And yeah, that was a kind of a side question.
it's an interesting one.
So how do viewers affect how do viewers affect the positivity of your stream? Or I don't know how to ask the question, but I think
I understand what you mean. So I would say that the viewers are super important to help to create a good atmosphere. Because if you are making a stream super positive and super fancy, and then you have a bunch of 10 trolls that are spreading bad stuff in your chat, then what you're doing is kind of ruined by the super toxic chat that can happen. So your viewers and your mods are super important. Like I have a very wonderful mod that is maybe still there watching the stream, is getting up every day to come on the stream and is binding all the troll when as soon as they arrive. It is not something I am capable of doing because I will always give people a chance. But he's very good at that. He spot them, and then it's his pleasure, it's his food, and we laugh a lot about it. So the troll will be gone, and that's keep the chat, very nice and pleasant. Because when you start to let too much people in that are starting to say, offensive stuff, doesn't matter what, they are breaking the atmosphere, sort of. So when you have also a very active and friendly chat, you can have like maybe 10 viewers in your stream, but have the feeling to have the most successful stream possible because there's a lot of interaction. People are chatting with each other, and you do not need more than that. Do you imagine to be in a room with 10 people around the table? What a nice evening. You do not need to have hundreds. 10 is enough sometimes if everyone is like chatting and participating, etc.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I think the viewers don't always realize how big impact they have on a culture in a stream. And because maybe sometimes viewers, they are just there. They're just watching for entertainment or for relaxation or for fun, or they're just, discovering new streams. So, but the one comment can change the mood, the atmosphere. And also, it's also interesting because I thought about this, how the comments and what I do and what I say impact the people who are not chatting. I don't have a relationship with all my viewers always, because some people are just, watching and not writing in the chat. And everything I say and do, and everything my viewers are saying in the comments, is watched, and like people are reacting to it, but they're not saying anything. So even like sometimes it feels like only the people that are active, they only think about each other. They only think that they are the only people there, kind of. But actually there can be more people, and everything we say and do affect it. The best thing I think a viewer or someone in the chat can do to help me spread positivity is like welcoming other people, making friends with other people, supporting other people, making other people feel appreciated. If viewers do that, and like they do it spontaneously, then it feels great, because I feel like, wow, yes, this is a positive community. So people understand like why we're here and like what we're trying to do when we're trying to spread positivity, and they want to do it.
And I think that's one of the reasons you're watching Twitch over YouTube, for instance. It's because you want that social interaction with people. And as a viewer myself, when I view a streamer, I sometimes really enjoy to have a nice chat. It has happened to me that I was paying more attention to the chat than to the stream. Sorry. But it's true, because you want to chat with people, you want to socialize. And if you have a very nice chat, then you have a very nice bunch of friends to speak to. Regardless of what the streamer is doing.
Exactly.
And it can be a streamer that's very busy with his red or with his content, whatever, but you have a very nice chat with whom you can have fun, and so that's very important. And this is something that is, as a streamer, important to consider. It is to foster a nice community within your chat, because it will really help the stream as well, given as a dimension to it. And it also help you as a streamer, especially when you are not having or it doesn't matter how much viewers you have, actually, because you can have like 300 viewers and they're just saying nonsense or spamming emote. You cannot do anything with that either. But it's give you food to talk about. It's nourish you. If you have people that otherwise you're speaking with yourself, and it can happen. I've already got that you have a very, very large stream with a lot of people. You receive a super large rate, for instance, and people are staying and they're still there. They are not talking. you're wondering why. Do you still speak alone?
Yeah.
But when people are reacting to you, making comments, and you have some people in your community that can be very good at that will always interact with you and give you a response. I think it's also the goal as a streamer. You're not doing that to just show off yourself or show off the game and to make, otherwise you create a video, right?
Right.
It's to have an interaction with people, and the presence of other is super important. Otherwise you feel lonely again.
Yeah, but
And
you can feel lonely. Sometimes as a streamer, you feel lonely, even though you have a stream. Maybe with many people in the stream, but you still feel lonely, and maybe you don't think the right people are chatting, or like maybe the comments aren't like, you know, the ones that you want to hear that moment, like because you're not. You feel that I think maybe sometimes when you're like not on a maybe in the best mindset, or like you feel like lower, like you sometimes you're just vulnerable as a streamer, and you feel lonely for some reason, or it can. But so the comments sometimes help you so much, because those positive comments, someone who is chatting back with you a little bit, can really make you feel great as a streamer. And then change your mode.
I guess every streamer remember the time where they were streaming for 4 person. How hard it is sometimes to keep your stream going and to be speaking with yourself for 3-4 hours, so no matter your stream. And you have to do it. Otherwise, if someone stumble upon your stream by chance, if you're not speaking, if you're not saying anything interesting, that person have no reason to stay. So I really remember that time where I was streaming for very, very, very little viewers. And it takes you a lot of energy and a lot of, how can I say, you have to ignore the fact that there's no one. Pretend that there's plenty of people watching you, making you show by yourself. And this is very difficult. So when you have the reaction from the people, this is so precious.
How do you react to trolls or someone coming in trying to ruin, or like maybe they're trying to just make a bad joke, or maybe they're like, it's easier if they say something that is completely mad. If it's something so stupid, you know, that is, you just delete it, you know. But
I have a very good mod
right.
who handle this for me. But let's pretend I don't have this mod, or you know,
right.
or before that time. I have a tendency to let people give a chance to people. To let them change their mind. Maybe they come in your stream and they just should stick to troll you a little bit, and then they see who you are and they don't do it anymore and they stop. But there's one thing that there is no tolerance, zero tolerance, is anything which is extremely offensive, like very racist or, you know, very aggressive in that sense. It doesn't need to always be racist, but it will be in the same line. That's just gone immediately. When it's people that are coming with a stupid, that's maybe not something you have so much because you're a guy, but everything's sexual. I guess it's, as female streamer, it happens more often. And you have those guys that come in the stream with a very sexual name, written with a different spelling, so I don't always pay attention and say, "Oh, welcome," and then I say, and then it's the game of, will I see it before I read it or not? And I make a game about that. And so when someone come in my stream with this stupid name and say, "Hey, welcome, haha, I tried, well tried, but no, I didn't fall in your trap," and we make fun of that. Now, if they are becoming very sexual after, then they are banned, but otherwise it's just for fun, you know, it's fair game. Just, I find it like a joke and like a challenge for me. So it
happened just today. I was streaming and there was a guy coming in. He had a name like Unhealthy Bot, Like he was pretending to be a bot,
Mm-hmm.
a robot, and he posted this message like, "Don't exercise and drink Coca-Cola every day, and remember to take a break to be a couch potato," or like something like that. I don't remember. And I thought it was funny, and it was kind of creative. So
That's funny. It's not offensive.
I told him that. I still deleted that message, but I kept talking to him, and he and he was like, "Well, I'm really glad that you appreciated my joke. I'm just trying it on different streamers," and he gave me a follow, and then he left. Like, you can sometimes, yeah. I like to give people second chances to give them a chance to realize what this stream is about. Maybe they will like it, even if they first came in trolling.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And
you never know.
you have some people that start, instead of introducing themselves and say hi, they start with some joke of some kind. It all depends if you see if it's just a kind of weird humor, if it fits in your conversation, because sometimes it doesn't fit. Sometimes you have someone that's not mean or rude or offensive, but what he's doing is completely out of place and it's disturbing.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people you kind of have to remove as well.
Yeah.
Or say, please stop, we don't want to talk about that kind of discussion right now. It doesn't fit the atmosphere or whatever.
Have you ever experienced having a regular viewer who's been with you for quite some time, and you had good interactions, but then suddenly they start to behave in a way that is unacceptable or kind of clashes with what you want to do? Have you ever had that?
No,
What
I
would
never
you?
had that.
That would be hard. I imagine that would be difficult as a streamer, because you know that person. You don't want to just kick them because you know them already, and I guess the advantage you have there is like you have a relationship. You can talk about it, and you could probably solve it in that way.
I think that if it was the case, I will solve that by private message or something. But it never happened to me. So
okay. The viewers also impact the stream. Is there anything else about the viewers? You guys who are listening, we're talking about you right now. But yeah, like I said before, like I feel like the best thing about my stream is not me, it's the communities and like how people treat each other, and that's how I know that I'm doing the right thing to start with, because if what I do results have the consequence that other people treat each other kindly and support each other, then that's the kind of community I want. I should keep doing that.
Yeah, definitively.
Okay. Is there anything else about spreading positivity on Twitch, bringing positivity to the platform? I guess I could share like, for me, basically, it's just more fun. I have more fun focusing on positivity and focusing on it. It makes me happy, and that's why I want to do it, and hopefully it makes other people happy too.
Yeah, that's what it's. I think it's a little bit not just a role as a streamer, but as a human being. To try to make the world a little bit a better place. So you better yourself, and because you better yourself, you're like a beacon of something, and you spread something, and it infects other, and at their turn they can affect the people around them, etc. So that's what spreading means. Really, it's like I start doing it, and then it reaches you, then you're doing it too. Let's imagine you have someone that's at work. He has a very shitty work with a bad office atmosphere, something like that. And to relax while he's working, he's watching you on a second screen. And that put him in better mood. That not only will help him through the day to have a less boring day, but it will also affect is a reaction towards his colleague. Maybe he will be less offended by remark or by, his bossy boss or whatever it is. So I think that anything that we do like that will affect people, and that will affect them, and it will affect other people. It doesn't matter. You feed the world with your feelings. If you have bad feelings, it will feed the world with bad feelings, and you will get back that. And on the other side as well. And that's how we can have this impact on to the world.
Yes.
And it started very modestly, because we're just doing a little stream on Twitch. We're not like working in a super organization or charity things or whatever, but it still, I think, can do something nice.
Be the change you want to see. That's kind of what I heard. It sums it up nicely, like be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit about, before we reach the end of the podcast, the perspective on partnership, because you are a partner streamer.
Yes.
And kind of talk about what it means to you and my perspective on partnership, because I'm like, somewhere, of course, I hope to be a partner one day, but also like what do I perceive, what do I think it means? What will change? Will my life change? Will I wake up as a partner and like walk on clouds? Will I have a like nice car parked outside? Will I suddenly have
all the girls at your feet?
All the
Well, I think firstly, it's the aspiration of all streamer. Before to be partner, I really wanted to be partner, because it's like the recognition, the crown. It's like you receive a little crown. Yeah. So it's like, I have earned it. I am a real streamer now. I'm serious. Hey, I'm serious deal now, right? Yeah. Respect me. I have my little verified when I speak in other streamer channel. Come on. So, but the reality is that it doesn't change much. I think it still can open your door. You're maybe more noticed, or you're maybe taken more seriously by others. But it's a lot of fluff, I think, in the head of people, thinking that when you will become partner, everything changed. It was maybe true before, but now since the affiliate program, if you affiliate, you can really earn a lot of money through that. If you have the community to support you, you do not need to be a partner for it, because your community could subscribe to you, which was not the case before. And they are improving the affiliate system. You have more emotes now than in the beginning. You have more support of different things and stuff like that. So when you partner, that doesn't mean the job is done. That doesn't mean that now you're established. Not at all. I know that now that I have been partner, it's not. It can seems like a goal to achieve, and then you're here, but it's not saying at all. And I know that now what I want to do, and it's not related to partner or not partner at all. It's more about to reach out people, to be able to take good care of them, to be sure that what I'm providing is good enough, is nice enough, and that I will reach out maybe more people. I think that my goal now is to reinforce what I'm doing, to polish it, to make it better, to be sure that what I'm doing is fine, it's okay, and then reach out to more people, to be able to take care of more people and to provide them something valuable, hopefully. So I think that's more my focus,
It's so interesting that in the perspective, a lot of people look at partnership with kind of this idealized picture of what it is. Wow, it's really something else. It means so much, and you have a lot of benefits if you reach it, and status, and it means that you are an established streamer. That's how I think a lot of people think. That's kind of, I also have this image in the back of my head also a little bit, but then at the same time I hear stories, just like you said, like nothing really changes. Like from it's just, the next day you still have to, do what you do and do well at what you do and work and keep the right mindset. Maybe like that's a really important thing, like to keep the right mindset.
Yeah, I think just to be a partner, beside the fact that you feel like you're recognized, um, it may open you a little bit more doors, but you still have to do the work to open those doors. It's just one more tool at your disposal. You have to to use it well. I don't think I'm using it particularly well, but so I'm not saying that for preaching or for saying follow my advice, because no, I'm not that kind of person. But if you do nothing about it, nothing will happen, and you will not grow specifically, and you can even decline. I mean, to have partnership status doesn't do anything for your stream or for your own growth if you do not use it. That's what I mean. So
Right.
it's a recognition, but it's not the end of the journey. It's just one little step more. And you do not need it. That's the most
Yeah.
important thing.
Yes.
You do not need it to have a well, successful, established stream. You can be a wonderful, and I know some of them. Some people that are so much more successful than I am, if you count the number or the reaction they have, or the stuff. They are affiliated. They're not partner at all.
Yeah.
And they have like super big stream with 100 and more people and super interactive communities, and they're part of big teams and stuff like that. They're doing the streamer live, and they're not partner. So
Right.
you don't need to be partner to have the streamer life.
And it's I notice it as an affiliate that Twitch is pushing out more features and more benefits for affiliates and giving them more and more features to grow, to have like more emotes, which is a big thing with the emotes, and like they, and just having they can have badges, sub badges, and those things hasn't always been there, but they keep coming for affiliates. So there is like this, instead of going from 0 to a partnership, I think Twitch wanted to make it a journey that you develop and get some features along the way for affiliates. And I'm like, every time Twitch announces something for affiliates, I'm like, wow, yes, like, okay. But I can also realize, I think maybe some partners think that it's unfair because it wasn't always like this and they had to work without all these benefits. But I think that's just, I understand it, but at the same time, I mean, it's not a threat to them if they keep doing what they do and do a good job. They shouldn't be angry about it. They don't have to be.
I totally agree with you. And the success, that's because some people have this feeling that if some other people are more successful than them, they are stealing away their success, or that you need to work a certain number of time. You need to work hard to obtain certain advantage and stuff. World change, things evolve. And yes, some partner that has been partner like 5 years ago, they needed to have 300 viewers at the same time. So, very, very, very big streamer to be able to be partner. But it doesn't change their merit. It doesn't change their anything. If now it's easier to obtain partnership, we all know that. And it's fine. And maybe it's feel less exclusive to be a partner, but it doesn't matter, because what's important, what is important? It's to be a partner, or it's to provide a good stream and have a nice community and having fun doing it.
Exactly. Which comes,
I think it's
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna start wrapping up, but if you wanted to add something in there before.
I don't remember now. Oh yes, it all depends on your mindset and your reason. What are your motivation for streaming in the first place? Why are you doing it? Are you doing it just to become famous and to, I don't know, have a lot of self-praise. If it's the case, then the real things that you need to do is to work on self-love and self-appreciation and learn that. Because it doesn't matter how much successful you are, if you're lacking of self-love and self-trust and self-confidence, it will never come, no matter how many praise you get. So because there's a lot of people that do streaming for that. Some people are doing streaming just for fun because they were bored. Some people are doing streaming because they seek company. Some people are doing streaming to overcome their mental, problem, their mental health, to improve their mental health. Some people are doing streaming just to be at the service of their guild or their community. They start like that, just to show off the game to their guild or to their friends, just to share an experience. You need to question yourself why you want to stream. Why is your reason for streaming? And and for some people, I want to play video games all day long and get money and be paid for it. Well, why not? It's not a bad purpose either.
No.
Why not? But
I think that was. You have more. Yes, keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what's very important is to see if, depending on your goal and the reason why you're streaming, if streaming is the best way to do it. Voilà, that's all.
That was so
Final
good.
thought.
Yes. I like we will end on a big question, like why if you're streaming, why are you doing it? And then ask yourself, is this really the best way to reach that goal that I have? And if you want people's attention, or you want praise or validation, work on self-care and self-love can be more effective, and you don't have to struggle with trying to reach affiliate for 0 viewers. But we talked about you talked a little about who you are and your journey a little bit, and we talked about how to share positivity on Twitch, and how what we do, why we do it, what we try to do on Twitch, and how we spread positivity, and how the viewers impact the culture of a stream, and also a little bit our perspectives on partnership today. And I think that will be that will be the end of the podcast for today. What do you think, Elloa?
I think it was a good podcast. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much to have invited me.
Thank you so much for being here. And thank you everyone who listened, either here live on Twitch right now. We're going to hang out with you guys right after this show is over, and we will answer your questions. And thank you to everyone else who's listened, maybe watched it on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes. It's been a blast, and we ended on a big question: why do you stream? So maybe we will be back with another episode in the future with Elloa to answer more deep questions about life and the universe.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll see you like a year from now, and I want to hear everything what happened in between.
Oh yeah, that's really fun.
Okay, take care everyone. Bye.
Bye.